Let your actions reflect your goals. Something few people do. So many people are into to having an intent to do something, and they create, they'll create dream boards, and they'll create maps, and they'll write down all kinds of stuff, and they have affirmations that they say to themselves every single day, and they join support groups for other people to give them affirmations every day. All that is wonderful. Keep doing that, but understand that the final piece to that, the final thing you have to do is to take action. You can have all the maps you want to all the destinations you want, but the truth is, until you get into your vehicle and start driving, until you get into the plane and start flying, until you get on the road and start walking, regardless of how, until you start moving, until you take actions that's dedicated to those goals, nothing will happen. The great poet once said, the road to hell is paved with good intention. Wasn't saying that it's bad to have good intention, saying that too many people have good intention but don't do anything about it. But when you look back in history, the greatest teachers we've had, the Buddha and Jesus and countless other great teachers, Marcus Aurelius, philosophers and spiritual beings who have shared things with us, what they say and what they truly talk about is beyond philosophy. It's about action. It's about living the words, living your intent. That's why we're multidimensional. Understand, we're multidimensional. There's a huge push to embrace your spirituality these days, and I think that it's amazing, it's wonderful. The spiritual dimension is abundant in so many ways. But when you're embracing your spirituality, don't turn your back on your humanity. You're here. You're in the physical. This is what you do. You have a name. You feel pain. I mean, this is the truth of your existence, is that it's multidimensional. So embrace them both and realize that in order to succeed, there must be that collaboration between the spiritual and the physical. So you can have your intent, which is great in the spiritual world, and it'll manifest all the universal's power to help you manifest and create and shape that intent. But on the physical plane, you better start moving towards that intent. It's not going to push you there. It's going to do exactly what you ask of it. The universe will fill spaces you create. But if you don't create those spaces, it won't fill it because you haven't asked for it. And I'm not just talking about asking for it with your mouth. I'm talking about asking for it with your actions. How many people do you know that say and say and say? They ask for things, verbally ask for things, write things down. They say and say and say they want this, they want this, they want this, but nothing in their life changes. And your initial intent is to say, reaction is to say, well, then that must not work. No, it works. They're just not asking for it the way it should be asked, which is with your actions, with creating that space for the universe to fill. If you notice, look back at the great philosophers and the spiritual teachers. Look back at something like the life of Jesus. Jesus never asked anyone to write anything down. He said, follow me. I'm going to teach you to live by how I live. And in time, his disciples would ask him how he manifested this, or how he cured that, or how he succeeded here, or how he succeeded there. Every answer he gave always had something to do with taking action. It was very rarely that he would mention intent at all. And when he would mention intent, it would only be to be followed by action. So, what is the path best traveled? Well, the path best traveled is the path you've already mapped out. So see where you are now. And if you want to look back and you want to think about the past and how great it was or how hard it was, that's fine. But understand, you're not looking at a path. You're looking at a trail. Anything in the past is a trail. And the trail does not dictate the destination. The trail does not dictate the path. You never, ever let your history interfere with your destiny. Instead, let the destination dictate the path. Let your destination be so bright, so inspiring, that you can't help but keep yourself focused on the journey to get there. Keep yourself focused on the road, on the map you've created to get to your destination. That's the best traveled path, because it's the path that has all the synchronistic events that conspire in your favor. That's the best path, because that path is what has all the people you come across along the path, because they're following similar paths. That's the path that's aligned not only with your destination, but with your true self, your greatest self. It's directly aligned with the great God, the universal strength. It's directly aligned with everything you need to succeed. If you're looking for the path best traveled, then look no further than yourself and map it out. Because the truth is, you're on this path. If you want to make a left, make a left. If you want to make a right, make a right. Nobody's forcing you to stay in the path you're on. So leave the trail behind. Empower yourself to realize that you're the shaper and creator and designer of this path. And create a map that brings you to an amazing journey with events and people you can't even begin to plan, but on a path that you can absolutely map out. And realize that along the way, sure, things are going to come up. They may affect your speed, but they will not affect your path. And you continue going forward. And enjoy the journey. Enjoy it because it's yours. It's what you're here for. You're here for nothing else but to succeed. Happiness, success, and excellence. Today is a new day. Map out and design your path today. Hey, I want to thank you for listening to the Empower Blog. Again, don't forget, for those of you who are fans of the radio show, we will no longer be on Voice America Network. We will be on Blog Talk Radio. Check empoweredlivingradio.com for all the information. And don't forget, for more information on A Better Today, our speeches, programs, seminars, our charities, you can visit abettertoday.com or stevemaraboli.com. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. I love hearing from you. So let's keep it going. Don't forget to listen to the next Empower Blog. It's been my pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Blog Talk Radio.